Alright, hello everybody, Stygian here, back with another episode of Gore and More, and today I have something really fun. We're going to be talking about liquids. And by liquids, I mean blood. So, one topic that a lot of Gore lovers like to talk about, obviously, is blood. Blood is fantastic. Blood is a universal tool that can be used in so many different ways, both on set and pretty much wherever. And when you want to pull off an effect with blood in it, it is hard to do it. People think you just put on one kind of blood and you're done, and that's completely false. I've worked with people who have wanted to do that, and to explain to them that there's a little bit more to it than just applying one little small area of one thing, like one form of blood, and just making it look realistic. So today I want to talk about the bloods that I have in my kit, why I have them, and kind of the techniques that I use. Now I'm going to show you, but I'm going to tell you the ways, kind of how I kind of mix and match everything and make everything blend together into one uniform look. So today, like I said, I'm going to show you what is in my kit, and I actually don't have a lot of blood in my kit because I've gone through brands of bloods for years, and I've tried to narrow it down to really just like a few that I can trust and depend on every single day, no matter what I need it for. And pretty much what when I have my kit is what I go with. This is from trial and error and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I have a few different bloods I'm going to show you today. Like I said, not too many. I don't really carry a lot of blood in my kit because, like I said, I narrowed down to only a few kind of brands. Actually, half of them are custom made by me, particularly because I know what's in them, and they all have, different bloods for different things. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Let's just go ahead and hop right into it. Alright, so I have a few bloods here that I want to show you guys. And please be advised that I actually I do have baby wipes with me because it's blood. Like, even though you're not opening the bottle, it's still blood. Something's still gonna happen. Alright, so as you guys can see in front of me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of blood. And this is stuff I use, like I said, on a daily basis. Each one does a different thing. They're all different kinds of bloods, different textures, different colors, different tones. It's actually really interesting if you actually do your research and you kind of see how many fake bloods there are on the market for film and television. It's actually quite ridiculous. It really is. There's so many options to choose from. Like I said, I've done trial and error for a few years now, and I kind of made my way into what I like and what I don't like. I've gone through so many kinds of bloods, and these are the top ones that I like so far. Now there are other ones that I like as well that I don't have in my kit for different reasons. Mostly because I don't use them enough, but I do like them still, but I don't carry them. If I don't use it a lot, I don't really carry it. So starting with the least expensive, let's go all the way down to my stuff. I'll switch these two. Alright, so this is all blood that I have made. So all of these right here, I do sell them still. I have really been slowing down on the whole selling of that because I've just been so focused on something else. I'm not really going to talk about that right now. But first I'm going to start with, let's go in with this one. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you know that I make my own blood. And this is one of them. This is my Sinister Black blood. It's very rare to find any kind of black blood, and I decided to make something of that. I'm not going to open this because it will go everywhere, but it is black blood. It is very highly pigmented, and it looks really, really cool for any kind of special effects or zombie work. And this is actually the blood itself in the bottle. This is how black it is. You can see not really much, but yeah, I have black blood for mostly doing like zombie, sinister looks. A lot of filmmakers sometimes want that look, and instead of trying to figure out, oh, what can I throw on this character's face, this creature's face last minute to make it look real, to bring it up a notch. That's why I created Sinister Blood. It has not been doing that great right now because I really have backed off marketing a lot on all of my bloods actually. But Sinister Blood it still needs some work before it gets to this point. But Sinister Blood is great. If you want to buy, if you want to try out the Sinister Blood, it's actually not expensive at all. My price is very reasonable, by the way. Reasonable. You can go down below in the description to the link on my website. You can check out all the bloods that I have for sale in the descriptions, what they do, and pictures, and everything is on there. So yeah. So the next blood So the next blood I actually want to talk about is another one I made. I don't sell this just yet. I really should actually sell this. This is a gel blood. It's coagulated blood that it's a compound that I mixed together a few months ago for a TV show, and I mixed it up so much. I made so much of it. I just decided to keep it myself, and they gave it back to me. But yeah, this stuff is super jelly-like. It doesn't really come out. It's very, very solidified. But the cool thing about this stuff is all my bloods are corn syrup based, so they do move really, really nicely on the skin, and they just look amazing. They're very heavily pigmented bloods, so they're very realistic. I put a lot of pigment in them, and this is one of my favorite things using set. The gel blood does so many great things, from bullet hole wounds to gashes and lesions on the skin. So it's just fantastic to add as a base. The next one I have is my what is this one? I have my own normal fake blood. I have light and dark. This is my dark blood. This is one of the smaller bottles. I have two sizes, 8 ounce and 4 ounce. And dark blood that I make is amazing. I actually rarely use that one because it's actually too dark for film and TV. This actually was colored more towards theatrical use than film look, or for film use, I should say. So, but if you're interested in getting like stuff for film and really, really, really beautiful red colored blood, my light blood that I have is one of my favorite ones I actually have, and I thought I would never ever sell it, and I love it, and it's one of my favorites. It looks so great on camera. I use it for so many different things for film and TV. So yeah, that's one of my favorites. This is just a small square bottle. If you watched the video beforehand of this blood, and it's a small square bottle, just wanted to bring that out there. Alright, so these are all mine that I made. Very easy stuff to comprehend and understand. So now we get into the professional grade bloods, and as you can see, I don't have a lot. I've gone through probably like at least 10 or 12 different brands in the past year or two, and these bottles last a while. Like, you don't just go through a bottle like that. I mean, you can, but it depends on what you use it for. I use almost all mine are used for just basic injury effects. So like I don't go through gallons of it at a time for like explosions and stuff. This blood is specifically for blood on skin, plain and simple. So yeah, I only have 3 right here. 2 of these I use all the time. The other one I do not use. So one of my favorite bloods I found out here in LA. I went to a store out here. This store right here, Friends, and I actually bought this from them. I saw it on the shelf. I've never heard of it at the time, and it's made by PTM, and it is a great blood. I fell in love with it the day I got it, and it's about it is kind of pricey, kind of, for what it is. But the reason I like this blood so much is that it's very fluid. It's not watery, but it's more fluid than this stuff that I sell. This stuff is very thick. This stuff is great for doing drip effects, and it has an amazing color to it, and I actually added, I think, some water in here to thin it out some more, but it is such an incredible blood. Red Drum is the name of it. I don't know if I said that already. Red Drum, this is the bright red color. They actually have a few different color varieties, but the bright red out of all of them stood out to me the most just because of the color, and you can manipulate it with other bloods and mix it around if you need to kind of change it a little bit, which is actually what I do. I actually mix all these 3 together all the time. So my dark and light blood mixed with the red drum, I mix them together all the time to create different effects, and they look amazing. The only downfall about using this one is I let it sit in the heat. What I've noticed is that I let it sit in the heat in my car for a few hours to like 1 or 2 days at a time, and I'm also working on set outside. It gets hot. What I've noticed is that once that started happening with this bottle, the tint and the pigment started staining talent skin a lot more than it ever has before, or anything else I used before. So for some reason, I don't know what it is, this stuff is a little bit harder to get on the skin. It does come out eventually, but that's also kind of a good thing because it does hold its color really, really well on skin. So I love this blood so much. I use it all the time, and I'm actually almost out. I actually had to mix a new batch in this bottle with these colors, with my colors, and add some other stuff to it. But it's a great product. And if you can get your hands on it, definitely try it out. Red Drum, amazing blood color. The next one I'm going to show you is similar to my thick blood that I have. This is actually a scab paste. It creates scabs, like scab blood. So it actually dries solid, and it actually will peel off solid. This is from Bloodworks, Fleet Street. This is Fleet Street Bloodworks, I should say, by PPI. And I've had this thing for like 2 years now. I never ever use this stuff. There's a few reasons. One, it's very hard to work with. If you've ever used this stuff before, once you start taking the cap on and off constantly and using it on a weekly or monthly basis and you use it a lot, it starts to dry out and harden, and that's exactly what started happening to mine. It gets so thick, it's actually like 10 times the thickness. Right, this one right now is actually 10 times the thickness of toothpaste. So to get it out of the tube, to squeeze out the tube, it is so difficult. But it is super realistic. That's the one amazing thing about this stuff, I should say. It is very realistic, along with the Fleet Street Blood, which I'll talk about next. But the drying paste from Fleet Street are amazing, amazing things to get your hands on and use on set and just to practice and have fun with. The drying paste, like I said, once it goes on the skin, the second it comes in contact with air, it starts to dry, like pretty much instantly. And within like just a matter of minutes, it will be dry. You can also take a hair dryer and dry it, and it will dry in a single hard layer. And it dries fast. It doesn't drip. It's amazing. It's super realistic. It's great for creating scab wounds, scab effects. You can use it on dummies and stuff to, dry out a bullet hole wound on an autopsy table or something like that. So it's really, really great. It works well. Now, the major downfall about this stuff is I've had it for a while. I don't use it enough, unfortunately. Once it dries in the skin, it is a complete and utter nightmare to get off. Hence why I never use it. I never put this anywhere near facial hair, because if it gets in hair, you're pretty much just gonna have to shave it off if you can, because it is so thick and it hardens. Like I said, once it hardens, it's done. And I've done this on my own hair, and it's painful. So if you're gonna get this stuff, use it very, very wisely and quickly. Because this is what I've noticed just from my own personal use. And other ones I've seen that have been open for a while, these guys tend to do that. So just be careful when you buy this stuff. But it is the most realistic scab blood I've seen on the market yet. And last but not least, same company who makes this, Fleet Street, PPI. Their Fleet Street line, their Bloodworks. This is drying blood. This is a dark one. They have dark and light. This is possibly the most expensive fake blood there is in the market. This is a 16 ounce bottle, costing about $80. So it's quite expensive, but you get your money's worth for sure. And I never use this stuff unless I only absolutely have to. Still have a whole bunch left. It is alcohol-based blood, so these are all water-based and water-soluble pretty much. I wouldn't call this one, but it's supposed to be. But this stuff is alcohol-based blood. It dries so fast. The second you apply it, it only takes a matter of seconds to actually dry, depending on your environment you're in, but typically it's seconds to dry, like under a minute. And it drips well. You can drip it, and this is a controlled blood. This is what I call a controlled blood. So, so if you want to get the effect, and you really want to control where it moves in the actor's face, and you want it to stay in that position for hours, this is the blood to use. You pay a lot of money for this blood, but you get a lot out of it. It is controllable, it is dryable pretty much instantly. It holds its shape and form and color for hours. Not only that, it works so well with sweat and water and tears and any kind of like bodily fluids. If you're worried about it kind of melting off the face like these bloods would, this will not. This blood will sit on the skin for hours and be totally fine. With little to no touch-ups required. These will retire multiple touch-ups throughout whatever you're doing with it. So yeah, but if you want to get your hands on some of the best blood, if not the best blood on the market, this is definitely the way to go. Now there is another brand that I am a huge fan of. The only downfall about this brand is that it is just like this, it is hard to get out the skin. If you watched my previous video from the other day, the European Body Art company, they have an incredible bloodline selection, it's similar. It's actually pretty much exactly like this. However, European Body Art's blood, what I've noticed with theirs, and I've actually played with all their colors pretty much, they do tend to be a lot harder to get out of the skin. You need to use some kind of remover. You need to use some kind of remover, or along with other things like a lot of it's hot water that you can stand, a lot of soap. It's just such a hard blood to work with because it dries really, really well. Also, what I noticed is that European Bodyguard's blood, it's the same thing as, like I said, it's alcohol based too. It is roughly the same price as this. I actually think it's cheaper, but like I said, it's very hard to get out of the skin. In fact, the first time I ever used it, I smeared a little area on my skin, on my hand right here, on this hand, this exact hand, and I tried to start removing it. I used 99% alcohol, I used IPM, hot water, and 4 days later, I still had little bitty specks of that blood on my hand. It would not come off. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the bottle. But then I tried it again and again and again with other bottles of it, and I still got the same effect. So it does hold up too well, I think, for on the skin. But I don't know. I don't think I would personally buy it. I would much rather stick with Fleet Street. I know what it does. Fleet Street comes off very easily as well. You do also need a remover for this. Warm water and soap pretty much gets everything off, so it does work. But if you want to get it off the skin really fast and not have to worry about area staining, I definitely use removers to get this off. 99% alcohol works really well, so does IPM. So it's up to you. Also, baby wipes work really well to kind of help all these bloods come off. So that's just a little thing for you guys. All right, so very quickly, short video today. Very quickly, I just wanted to go over how I use these bloods and incorporate them with each other. Like I said in the intro, blood's not really supposed to be used. Like, I wouldn't just use this on someone's face. Like, oh, here you go, and that's it. I have to build up layers of blood. It's important to build up layers of textures to make it look more realistic, especially for film and TV. For stage, it doesn't really matter. You could probably just get away with one of these bottles, just using one. But usually, like for injury, like bullet hole wounds, cuts, and not really scars, cuts, major wounds, mutilations, zombie looks, creature looks, like that monster looks. If it involves blood, and the director, whoever wants to actually have some blood coming out, like dripping out the skin, you still want to see the wound. The way I would do it is I would go ahead and take some of my the thick coagulated blood, and I'll go ahead and after I'm done painting, apply it to the inside of the wound, not the outside. We want to give some depth to any kind of wound, really, to make it look realistic. So the scab blood, this one, or this gel, the scab paste, the Bin Nice scab gel is also one of my favorites. I ran out of it. I completely forgot about it. That's actually one of my favorite bloods of all time to use. This is pretty much the same thing as that though. But yeah, any kind of like gel or coagulated blood is really great to start. So fill in the wound with the thicker blood, like really, really thick blood that's dark. And then on top of that, after I do the thick blood, I'll go in with some light blood. That's a lie. Depending on the wound, I'll go in there with light blood or dark blood. If it's like a very deep, serious wound, after I do the scab blood, I'll go in with some dark blood. And then I'll do a little bit of dark blood just to do a little drippage, and then I would go crazy or add a lot of the light blood. If it was something that was not really that serious, like a minor cut or a scratch or something, I would do just a very small amount of this over the scratch of the cut, just a little bit, with a makeup spatula, and then I would go in with the light blood and just add a dripping effect with that, because it's going to be not as deep. It's just right off this, like right on top of the skin. It's not going to be crazy dark, deep colors. So keep it simple, just light blood. And you can just keep layering, matching different colors. I even use the black blood with the dark red blood or light red blood. To create this really weird color that looks amazing for like zombie creature character type things. So yeah, and for working with this one, usually when I work with the alcohol, any kind of alcohol-based blood, I almost always only use the scab blood, any kind of scab gel blood, and then the alcohol blood, and that's it. Mostly because it's very hard to layer alcohol blood and non-alcohol based blood. So any kind of like water or sugar-based bloods are going to be hard to blend and work with if you're going to be put them together with alcohol-based bloods, because this will dry very fast and this will not spread and won't stay on top of that layer, and just a whole bunch of mess. So you can, but it's going to be a lot harder to work with. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about my bloods and my kit. Let me know what you guys use in your kits, or if you are interested in getting involved in bloods. Hopefully I kind of like help you narrow your options. So price-wise, I should say, these are not expensive. These are definitely affordable. The red drum, this cost me 20 bucks. If you get a discount at a makeup store, which you can if you're a student or you're a makeup artist, you can get a discount. You get a huge discount on a whole bunch of stuff. You can probably get a good discount on this. So this is only 20 bucks. This will last you a while. This was 20 bucks. This will last you a very long time. My bloods that I make are very inexpensive. I believe this is like 15, probably under 15. This is like 8-ish for the 4 ounces. And then this guy is 20 for the black blood. And this I'm not sold yet. I'm planning on selling this stuff soon. So yeah, it's very inexpensive to get bloods. You just need to know how to use them, which brands work, which ones you like, and what really is kind of like in your budget for you to afford. And with that being said, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you like down below. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And until the next video, I will see you guys later.